Welcome to the Infernal Brotherhood of the Scruffy Looking Nerf Herders. This is a live streaming video podcast by Star Wars fans for Star Wars fans, and today we're continuing our episodic review of Star Wars The Acolyte with Season 1, Episode 4, Day. That's the most excitement you're going to get out of us today, I think.
Day. Say what you want about the sequel trilogy, and we have. Nothing has divided the fan base of Star Wars like this show.
Not even remotely.
It's unbelievable.
It is. It's honestly what it is. It's like a polar opposite ends of fundamentalism, almost at war. Like that's what it feels like, and nobody, I swear, except for us, is right in the middle of like, yeah, but this is why it's bad.
Yeah. I mean, I've seen a few different shows doing what we're doing and stuff, but they don't ever get the attention because sensationalism sells and sycophants sell. And I think there's for my understanding online, there's two specific channels that are the perfect polar opposites in this. You have your shit disturbers that are always going to shit on what Star Wars does, and so I don't count them. And you have like assholes that no matter what, everything has to be like the greatest, and like whoever is doing it is always the best. I do my best to ignore them. But you have Star Wars Explained channel, which is like sucking at the teat of Disney in everything that they do. But sometimes, not all the time, there's a little bit of critical thought that goes into the reviews and the sort of examinations and the retellings of the shows or the novels, etc. From time to time, that channel gives you a little bit of perspective. But again, this show has changed everything. So now they are just doubling down on everything about this show as gold, which just discredits everything that they could possibly be as a channel because they're literally making money off of Star Wars. We're trying, but we're failing. But they're making a living off of Star Wars shows. And so it's against their self-interest to be critical and honest. So you can't trust people like Star Wars Explained because they have to tell everyone that it's gold because it makes money for them.
Right.
Contrarily, you have the biggest Star Wars YouTuber out there, Star Wars Theory, who just recently started turning on the Acolyte because of the bad writing and bad acting, which it is. And so as soon as he turns on the sacred fucking show, everyone turns against him. And so now he is sort of the antagonist, like the evil, like the evil personification of what all the fans hate about Star Wars and how the fandom is toxic, even though he brings up like valid points about why he doesn't like what he's watching. And so you can't listen to people who give valid points because then you're toxic. And you can't listen to people who just suck the dick because they're fucking liars.
Yeah, because you're going to get cum in your ear from listening to them.
So, and first of all, it doesn't come out. As soon as that shit hardens.
Yeah, you're fucked.
You need to get a chisel and a hammer. And so you're stuck with everyone in the middle, which no one listens to because they're not sensational enough. And certainly the fandom doesn't pay attention, and certainly the media doesn't pay attention, and yet we exist. We're here going, not everything has been gold, but not everything's been nightmare either. I mean, we had fucking Rogue One and Andor, for fuck's sake. That in Mandalorian 1 and 2 season, which was fucking great.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
It's not like everything they've touched has just like soured the entire IP, but you can't ignore the reality that some of it is garbage. Like, you have to at least be honest. And here's my biggest complaint about this. It's our duty as fans to be honest about the IP that we're fans of. Like, that's how I see it. You don't have to just love it for the sake of loving it. You can just be honest. It doesn't mean the world's ending. It doesn't mean you have to fucking buy pitchforks and torches. But you can at least be honest with yourself.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not of the opinion that Adam is. I do think you should get pitchforks and torches just in case. Because if it gets worse,
it's true.
It's only going to continue to get worse. Yeah, it's like there's so much people like like you said, saying, "Oh, this is golden." No, it's not. The only thing golden about this is their fucking wardrobe, and it's hideous.
It's gold. It's
Mhm.
urine yellow.
Yep.
100%. The more I watch this show, the more I absolutely hate it. And it's not because of the showrunners, who I think are total garbage. And it's not because of the actors, because I think that they're actually not good at all. It's because of the fucking writing. More than anything else, it's the writing. For example.
Well, it's
Oh, go ahead.
yeah, there's like no fucking logic to any of this shit. Like with this episode, and of course we're going to get into it, but just like one of the worst aspects of this is, well, I'm sad. My sister that was dead is not dead anymore, so I'm going to be grumpy. Harumph. Well, you know, we're in the middle of a mission right now that's life or death for a Jedi Master that we really need to have. Let's stop and console you and explain why it's okay that you feel the way you feel. This is the shortest fucking episode of the season so far, and this was a chore to get through.
Yeah.
It felt like it was at least double the length that it was.
Yeah. Which is fucked up because they rely on showing us a red lightsaber and that making us just be like, it's great. No, we require a little bit more. Not a lot more. We're Star Wars fans after all. A little bit more.
Yeah.
Than just a fucking red lightsaber.
Yeah, I mean, that was like a Hot Topic fucking special Sith costume. I swear to God.
Did you notice the arms?
Yeah.
Like, there's
So
nothing on the arms. They're just bare arms. Those are woman arms. That is their mother. 100%. Or
I don't know, man. I'm still thinking it's fucking
douchebag McDouchebag.
Timu Ezra Miller. So
Ezra Miller is he's a pretty convincing possibility, especially when he was like, I'm gonna go get some water. So stay here. I'll go get water myself. And then Kelnock is dead, and he's like, oh, I fell in your trap. What will I ever do? And then you have fucking Mary Poppins, Darth teeth coming down.
Dude, I'm so fucking disappointed. That was cool as shit the first time I watched it. And then I sobered up and watched it again. And it was like, wow. Good job at trying to make something scary that's really fucking lame.
Yeah, I don't know. Everything about this episode like drove me nuts. Like we start with Osha, who just found out that her sister like lived. Like she's alive. And we start the episode with her being like, well, I'm going back to being a mechanic. See you guys later. And they're like, wait. Like, we still have a fucking problem here. Like, we have a job to do.
Right.
She's like, but I'm not here anymore. Bye. Like, what the fuck? You just realized your sister was alive. Don't you think you would want to, I don't know, investigate a little bit more? And the fact that there's still her hunting down other Jedi, which you seem to be palling around with a lot, maybe you would care to like stop her or confront her or talk to her. And then she's like, I need you to kill her because I can't do it. No, you never tried. You never once tried to kill her. You tried to stun her. And you couldn't even do that because you're a fucking idiot who doesn't know what stunning is. You literally
you're supposed to hit the person.
It doesn't even hurt her. Like, she's going to be fine. She'll wake up maybe with a little bit of a headache, but that's just because she knows you and you're a fucking annoying cunt. Like, there's no reason why you couldn't have fucking stunned her, and then you're asking them to murder her?
Yeah, it's kind of a leap. But, whatever.
You sound like her. Like, that was May's whole shtick. She was like, if you're a Jedi, I'll kill you. And then in this show, in this very fucking episode, she's like, I can't believe she's one of the Jedi. The last time you saw her, she told you she was going to be a Jedi, which was the whole reason you burned her fucking book. And, as far as the audience knows thus far, the whole colony down. Like, how do you not know that she is what she said she was going to be, which caused you to murder fucking everyone? It's
plus, at that point, what the fuck else does she have? Literally everyone and everything she's ever known her entire life is dead.
Yeah.
And there's these fucking fundamentalist crackpots there that are like, hey, you want to be us? Why don't you come with us? Of course she's going to fucking do that.
Yeah. Now, I didn't
The thing that really got me with that whole interaction between the two is, one, them acting like they're best fucking friends. They've known each other for like 2 days, maybe 3 tops. And the fucking Padawan is a Padawan. That means she was an infant when she was kidnapped and brought here and brainwashed to believe the Jedi way. That means selflessness. That means no attachments. Like, for her to act like some kid, like, oh, well, I'm gonna miss you, tee hee hee. No, that's not how that works at all. What in the flying fuck? Like, is it because she wants to fuck her or something? Even then, who acts like that?
That's literally their explanation. Like, the actress came out and said, yeah, she has a queer crush on her.
Oh my fucking god, it's so lazy.
Like, I don't have a problem with that. Like, if you want to fuck her, awesome, that's great. But you can't pretend
I'll
like
stand
that's...
in line. I get it, but
are there
still.
tickets? It's like Beetlejuice, like 1,027,000. Fuck. All right, I'll wait.
Whatever. They make pills to get rid of whatever you're gonna catch, so that's cool.
I'll sit next to Shark Leg here until it's my turn. So I don't have a problem with that. It's like fucking there's queer people exist, so who cares? I guess my biggest problem is that she, as an actress, was so amazing in Logan, and then she is just given this shit role in this, and she has to like play it as if she gives a fuck, and it's nowhere near the fucking quality of a show and writing and anything production as Logan was. Mm-hmm. And so she just has to do her best as an actress and fucking do the job. But her makeup bugs me so bad. It's just like the cheapest CW fucking Star Trek creature design I've ever seen in my life. You can see the fucking eyeshadow on her cheek, giving her a deep cheek line, which is so fake because you can see it.
Mm-hmm. Like, yeah, man, the makeup in this is just asininely terrible.
I just wish they would watch horror films, because then you would see what practical effects could possibly be.
Or, here's a hot take. They could also watch a fucking Star Wars movie and understand what fucking Star Wars shit looks like. For fuck's sake.
That matches more.
Like, this looks like Farscape. Which
it's 100%.
was fine for what it was, but Farscape is no fucking Star Wars.
No. Hey, Chris, how you doing, man? Thanks for tuning in. All right, so those are our initial thoughts. Any other initial thoughts?
Nope.
This episode's titled Day. It was directed by Alex Garcia Lopez. Directed?
Was it?
Was it? I don't know. It was written by Claire Keischel and Cor Adana. The writer Claire Keischel went on to X, I think it was, to answer a bunch of questions about fans who were very critical about this particular episode, because again, it is the episode that broke the camel's back, as it were. And she's like, yes, it was approved after it was written. They couldn't get Yoda in it, and so that's why they had Ki-Adi-Mundi. They couldn't afford having the Wookiee Jedi fight that they had already trained for and planned, which makes no sense because they had a $180 million budget. So how can you not afford a fight sequence?
Yeah.
And I think that is the most egregious.
That 100%. That is one of my notes. I can't believe I had to sit through this bullshit and I didn't even get to see a Wookiee fucking fight a Sith.
Yeah. That was the promise of this whole show so far.
That was the Boba Fett riding the Rancor through Mos Eisley's promise that we had when we first fucking saw this. And they didn't deliver. Oh, he's dead. Oh, sad, he's slashed. Okay. Fuck
it's
you.
It's so lazy. It's so fucking lazy. It's just painful. And let's just say, if you're right, and Ezra Miller is the Sith Lord, that's the laziest fucking mystery show ever. Mm-hmm. And I don't understand, because
it's less complex than a fucking Scooby-Doo episode.
Yeah.
And that's not talking shit. That's stating facts.
Yeah. No, that's 100% real. And I'm the whole time, I remember when we first heard about this show, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is going to be written by the person that helped head up Russian Dolls. This is going to be amazing, because Russian Dolls was dope as fuck.
Yeah,
like
Russian
season
Dolls was
1
amazing.
was great.
Yeah.
Season 2, I don't know about so much.
Yeah,
But
I
anyway,
never saw season 2, but season 1, yeah,
it
that
wasn't
was
as good.
fucking
But
amazing.
season 1 was amazing. How do you go from that to this? It just, not only does it speak to the fact that they clearly don't know fucking Star Wars IP at all, which is what the story group is supposed to be there, and Dave Filoni's fucking job. Like, he has been promoted to the job of overseeing everything, and he approved it. So, what the fuck? This just shows you that he clearly, unless George is involved, Dave Filoni doesn't know shit about anything. He just makes up his own fucking Space Wolves and wears his cowboy hat, and that's good enough.
Yep.
It's so aggravating because we had such promise coming into this, and for it to end up so honestly poorly that, of course, it's going to divide the fan base. And let's not pretend that Star Wars fans are rational beings.
No, of course not.
Like, they're honest actors, and we had a whole fucking intro about that, already, so we don't have to retread old ground. But we are a very emotional fucking bunch because this IP means so much to us. We grew up with it. For those of you who don't understand Star Wars yet, you strip everything down. Like, take every little aspect and alien and droid away and down to its basic essence. It's the hero's journey. That's all it is. That's all it's ever been. It's been a tragedy and a fucking redemption. Star Wars is about redeeming poor choices and evil people because there's still good in them. And it's about a fucking farm boy learning how to be a Jedi fucking master, the entirety of a hero's journey, and saving the fucking galaxy. It's about hope. That's what Star Wars is. That's not what this is. This is leading with agendas. This is leading with social statements, which, isolated from an IP, I 100% agree with every goddamn thing they have to say. If you have a different pronoun identity, awesome. More power to you.
Yep.
If you like girls and you're a girl, awesome. More power to you. But that doesn't mean you shit on your fan base when they ask you, why are you leading with that in Star Wars when it's not what Star Wars is about?
Right.
And it's because they clearly don't know.
Like, whatever happened to the idea of subtext?
It just doesn't exist.
Like,
I mean, this is clearly an activist show, which if they would have led with that, there wouldn't be such a backlash. I mean, there would still be a backlash because that's not what Star Wars is.
You're always going to have people that are going to throw a fit when it goes against their own personal narrative. But the thing is, people like you and I, we are the ones that still hold on to this shit, even when it makes us mad.
Yeah.
Because we're fucking junkies. But the thing is, if you tell us, oh, hey, this is what this is going to be, we're going to be prepared for it. So we're not going to be as disappointed, as angry. We wouldn't enjoy this regardless, because this is not good, like, at all. But knowing going in not to be fucking excited that it's going to be a fucking kung fu murder mystery, we would have held tempered our expectations quite a bit.
Yeah, I don't even know if it's a mystery.
No, it's not.
That's what they lead with. But
yeah, that's what they're telling us it is, but it's definitely not.
Seems pretty on the nose. It's either A or B. That's not much of a mystery.
Yeah.
It's so frustrating for me to sit here and just watch the fandom sort of like do what they do with this particular show. If they just would have fucking leaned in and just been like, look, we want to tell a queer story. We want to tell a queer story, and we want to do it in Star Wars. I guarantee 9/10 of the people that are like angry, if you would have led with that, they wouldn't care. They'd be like, oh, well, if you're telling me that's what you're going to do, well, then I know either I'm going to watch it or I'm not. But that's not what you did.
And quite frankly, if you're going to tell a queer story, give us a fucking Lando Calrissian adventure.
Oh, that'd be dope.
That is the queer story that I want.
Because
it's just going to be an adventure of him going across the galaxy and fucking
fucking everyone.
And you know what? I'm going to fucking fist bump, like clump every goddamn time he nails someone. This is not that.
Yeah, I would totally be down for that. I don't even need to be him. I mean, he's like the perfect character, but it could be literally anyway. Like, look, the reason why everyone fucking lost their mind about Obi-Wan was because also it had bad writing, but it was mainly like the whole B plot was about a character, Reva, that no one gave a fuck about, no one knew about, no one like. Why is she on the same story level as Obi-Wan fucking Kenobi?
Especially because her story leads nowhere.
Yeah, it didn't make any sense that they took that approach. And like, of course, we're going to be frustrated with you going that direction because it doesn't make any sense. Why would you ever do that? Mm-hmm. But it's in this show, we have the female lead actress actively attacking the Star Wars fan base, calling them for not liking this show, this poorly written, poorly acted show, the same as fucking slavers.
Yeah, that's like, the shit I don't get. Like, all right, I understand. I'm not black. I get it. But I get so fucking sick of motherfuckers like that have, their whole personality is their ancestors' strife. Like, and she's talking about it in that video that I watched. And don't watch the video. Watch the first like horrible. 20 seconds. First 20 seconds, great. There's a lot of things jiggling that should be jiggling. Fantastic. After that, she's talking like this. It's like, what the fuck are you doing? Turn your goddamn microphone up. Like, I understand, the mumblecore shit, but that's like you're fucking whispering. I can't hear the stupid shit you're saying. But it's like, oh, everybody's bad. Fuck all white people because slavery, reparations. It's like, no, motherfucker. Like you didn't go through that shit. Your ancestors went through that shit. Chill the fuck down. Now, yes, if people are being racist to you, they're cunts and fuck them.
Yeah.
But to be like, oh, I carry the burden of 400 years, bitch. I carry the burden of almost a fucking millennia. Well, actually, no, over a millennia, because the 400s was when the Vikings came over here and started fucking shit up, and it just kind of kept going from there. Mm-hmm. Like, fuck you, just shut the fuck up. Like, you're gonna compare people going, wow, this show's really bad, to that? Fuck you.
What drives me crazy is that she is like, her dad is a white Dutchman. Her mom is a black woman, American, and she has been privileged her whole life. She's never had to struggle for anything.
That makes perfect fucking sense.
So what are you complaining about exactly again? And why are you only identifying with half of your ancestry? Like, you're making yourself look not just fucking stupid, but a liar. Mm-hmm. Like, you can't pretend like you've struggled in your life when you've never fucking struggled in your life. You're a fucking privileged fucking queen. Give me a goddamn break. You have leveraged your entire career off of half of your ancestry. That's it. And look, I would probably do the same. If I'm being 100% honest, I would probably do the same.
If you can leverage it, absolutely.
But you can't pretend like you're fucking wounded and that you're hurt when fans say that your acting sucks, which it does, and the writing of the show that you're headlining sucks, which it does. That does not make us racist because we don't enjoy it. That makes us critical about what you do professionally. Just because you've been raised and everyone has told you that everything you've done is magic does not mean that everything you've done is magic. Mm-hmm. Like, they're just sucking you off. Like, you have to realize that you have more of a global audience at this point. Not just mommy and daddy telling you you're wonderful in your acting. No, you have now every fucking global eye on you. And guess what? You're just not capable of standing up to that because you're just not good enough. And that's okay. Not everyone is. I couldn't. So clearly, I understand. Good idea. But for fuck's sake, let's stop pretending like everyone's a racist simply because they don't like you or they don't like what you do, because it's just not good.
Well, and then to also assume that we don't like it because of the fact that she's black and the fact that it's
so
a queer show. It's like, I don't fucking give a shit. Like, I just went and watched one of the gayest musicals I've ever seen, and I was loving every goddamn second of it. It was fucking great. If you guys ever get a chance to go see Saw the Musical, go see Saw the Musical.
Apparently
fucking
it's the
amazing.
Gayest musical ever.
Dude, it was the gayest musical I've seen. Like, it was, I say that in the best way possible. Yeah, fucking great. But it's like, we don't hate you in this show because of that. We hate this because it sucks.
Yeah.
Like, we want to like it, and that's the
Yeah.
frustrating part. Is like,
Yeah.
we're not going into this like, oh, Rumph, I don't want to enjoy this. I'm gonna bitch, like I did with the Rings of Power. No, I went into this being like, they had a few stinkers, but this is gonna be the one. This is gonna be the next Andor.
Yeah.
Definitely not the next Andor.
I had high hopes for this coming into it, like really high hopes. Like, how can you fuck up a dark side story? Well, this is how.
Right, especially when it's just like a fucking cop show, essentially. Like, it's some fucking some flatfoots like chasing down a fucking murderer. Yeah. Like, that's cool. I dig that shit. Like, let's watch that. This is not that.
It's so crazy. So, like, I was not only frustrated with OSHA's immediately dismissing the whole adventure, like, that she's been drug into. Like, it's your sister. Like, wouldn't you want to stop her from murdering people? Like, even if you don't like the Jedi Masters, which you have good reason not to like them, they're douches. But, like, still, like, they're actively murdering other humans for no fucking, or other species for no reason. Maybe you should stop her and be like, hey, you know what? You're doing this for revenge. I'm alive. So maybe simmer down.
Right.
Let's try that.
Well,
like, have a conversation.
Her whole demeanor is fucking weird anyways. It's a conflict. Like, on one hand, she's like, nope, I need to go be a mech tech again because that's a thing. And then at the drop of a hat, oh, you want me to rejoin the Jedi? It's like, did he fucking say that? Like, make up your mind. Pick a lane and fucking stay in it, dude.
Yeah, she's all over the place. And her sister, if the reason that she was told by the Sith person that she needs to go and kill these people is because they murdered her sister. So if this is a revenge story, which we don't know yet because they've never actually led with that at this point, they've just suggested it. If this is a revenge story, then yeah, I could totally see her being like, you know what? I'm not going to fucking do this anymore. My sister's alive. This whole thing is predicated on revenge and she's alive. So fuck all of you.
My loyalty's to my sister, even though I tried to kill her.
Yeah. So it's so ridiculous. But then you also have to realize that if it is predicated on revenge, it's not just the sister. It's her whole coven, her whole life that was destroyed supposedly by the Jedi. And so that's why she's going to kill the Jedi. So at the very least, she'd be like, look, I need to take a time out and like process for a moment. I need to go talk to my sister because I don't understand what's happening here.
Yeah.
But not to just immediately like flip on the dude that's like helping you and just immediately turn away from everything because your family's still dead. So clearly the revenge aspect of it is still alive, even if your sister isn't. And I don't understand why she would even have gone to that planet if she realizes her sister's alive. Why wouldn't she try to find her sister and be like, whoa, 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 I was told you were dead. This is fucked up. I love you. What is that? Like, kids say stupid shit. So her saying as a child, I'm going to kill you if you leave. That's a childish thing to say.
Hasn't told their family members they're going to kill them. I tell everybody in my household at least once a day I'm going to kill them. And you know what happens when I don't? They're concerned that I'm mad at them because I'm ignoring them. That's what happens.
I'm sure that's healthy. I'm not sure. No. It's just so strange. Like, none of the writing makes any logical sense. And then as soon as they get to the planet, like, Ezra Miller's the only one that's like, I am the sole one that knows the way to the Jedi. Well, how?
Yeah,
how the fuck do you know?
That's the thing I don't understand with her fucking ditching him. It's like, bitch, that's your tracker. How the fuck you getting out? Like, I'm sorry, but if you get lost in the woods that are that dense and you've never fucking been there, you're fucked. Like, you're like, unless there is a clear path, which I didn't see one, but there probably is one. But it's like, unless there is a clear path, you're fucked.
Yeah,
like,
this
you make
isn't
one
like
wrong turn and you're done.
This isn't like Blair Witch, which is bad enough. You know, the backwoods of fucking America is genuinely like, it can be very dangerous and like scary because we haven't developed everywhere. But this is a whole planet that no one's familiar with. No one. Not one person. And so you just to turn on your only chance of getting out of here?
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense.
It's such a strange choice. Chris is saying they're hinting so strongly that it's Ezra. it would normally be expected to be a twist because it's so obvious it's him. It must be someone else for us to go like, ooh, I didn't see that coming, because that's good writing. They don't do that. But the writing in the show just isn't spacey enough, so it's probably him. I hope not. I really hope not. That would be so lazy. So lazy. This would have been such a better story if the Fight Club deal where there wasn't twins, it was just one person with split personalities. Yeah, that would have been dope. I think that would have been very, very interesting. I don't know how they would have like played that out throughout the season, but I like the concept of that much more than what we have right here too.
Yeah, definitely.
And then they have this, look, I'm not going to shit on new species being introduced to Star Wars. We always have new species and stuff, but this
I will shit on it.
This Bazloo is annoying as fuck.
That creature. Ugh. That is lame as hell and annoying as fuck.
I don't understand it. I don't.
Yeah, why with the screeching? Like yes, we understand that is not a human creature. Cool. What with the fucking screeching? And of course, the only person to understand the annoying fucking thing is the other annoying fucking thing there. Then, well, everybody else was busy learning Shreewook. I was learning this. Go fuck yourself. Who gives a fuck?
Zippity-doo-dah.
It's like, this isn't a goddamn contest, you idiot.
No one likes you, Yord. No one. The only people are on Team Yord.
Parents. God, name it Yord.
I don't think his parents like Yord. They gave him up.
Again. Gave him up and gave him that fucking name.
This dude sucks.
Right? The only thing that they could have done
like, it's not the actor's fault. He's just parroting what they give him to parrot. Like, he's doing fine. Like, I don't see anything egregious from him. He's just doing what he's paid to do. But sweet hell, it's not good.
No. That's the hard thing, because it's like, with a lot of these people, other than fucking Homegirl's wife, like the fucking green lady.
Oh my gosh.
Everybody else, it's like, I can't tell if you're a bad actor or if just everything about this is bad and that's affecting your performance. Yeah. And him especially. Like, Yord seems like he might actually be a good actor. This is just a terrible fucking show.
Yeah, there's just no way to tell.
Yeah.
It's crazy. I didn't like the tracker at all. It didn't make sense to me that in a jungle,
especially because they lose him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We need a tracker to track the tracker. What the fuck are you? What is this fucking who's on first? Like, this is ridiculous. Oh, the jokes don't land. It's stupid. No. It's so fucking dumb. Okay, so let's just say you need a tracker on a planet. How do you know you're landing even in a remotely close area that he has ever walked before?
Right.
It's just so fucking contrived and lazy. I hate every fucking aspect of that. Why wouldn't you go to the last communication location that, you know, you could use like satellite trajectories, like fucking make up Star Wars space bullshit to explain it, that, oh, this is the last place that we heard anything from him. Oh, it's not where his home is. We must, search from this point on. Like, give us a reason. But you're on a jungle planet and you just happen to land in the exact spot for this fucking gopher to smell this Wookiee? Get the fuck out of here.
Well, that's the thing. They did talk to some people. Or was that last episode?
I don't know, dude.
I don't fucking honestly remember anymore at this point.
I was so angry with this episode, I couldn't watch it a second time. I just couldn't.
Yeah. No, that's right. That is right. Yeah, this was the episode. Yeah, because as soon as they get off the ship, they go to talk to some grumpy people, and Homegirl uses her fucking translating box, which just kind of goes back to what you were just saying about coming up with stuff. Like, you're already using new tech that we've never seen in Star Wars ever. Why not use another kind of tech versus an annoying fucking rat creature? But yeah, it's just so stupid.
It's so weird. And then the whole promise of Kelnaka, like, I don't want to like beat a dead Wookiee into the ground here, but
that was bullshit. I was so
we
pissed.
Saw every other Jedi either fight or stand there like Ace Ventura: Pet Detective 2. Like, one or the other. Like, let's not stop that. That's what we tuned in for. Like, we want to see that. Everyone wants to see that. So for you to cut it out,
only reason for you to watch this episode.
It's so
And it
aggravating.
doesn't make sense. Like, how much more expensive is that going to be? And how the fuck do you not have the money for it when you have more money than God?
Yeah.
Like, I think the only other corporation that has more money than Disney at this point is the Mormon Church.
I don't
So
know
it's
about
just fucking stupid.
They're definitely in a contest, but I don't know. It drives me nuts, especially when the writer herself had straight up said, "No, this was filmed as a 2-part episode, and so this was the best place for us to end it." The best
No.
place for you to end it? We don't know anything about the Sith Lord. Why is he so powerful that he can like push off multiple Jedi Masters? Like, why is he so powerful that he can do all this stuff? Why would we care? Because you've never given us any reason to care. All you've done is shown us a red lightsaber, and we're just supposed to be like, eye candy, I love it. And what's frustrating is that there's a majority of the fan base that's like, eye candy, that's all I need. No, I
Yep.
want critical fucking thinking. I want real reasons.
Yeah, that's the frustrating part. Like, a lot of people I know, like in the my clubs and all that shit, they're those people, and it's like that's all they do is talk about. Well, I don't understand why people don't like it. I love it. It's like, no, you love the idea of it.
Yeah.
You don't actually like what this is because you have to turn off your brain in order to like this.
Yeah.
It's just so frustrating.
Yeah. I mean, and I guess the reality is that for, I don't know. I'm trying to think of different IPs that I just turn my brain off for and I don't critically analyze them. I have a whole channel based around a different IP that I am very critical about. And it gets me shit for it. But like, I'm going to be honest. Like, I can't just like love something just because it exists in the world. I have to be honest about how I feel about it and then justify why I still care about it. Like, there has to be something you like about it that's drawing you in, and there has to be some things about every individual project, whether it's a novel or whether it's an adventure or whether, a movie or a series or something, that you're just like, that didn't really work for me. You don't have to be vapid and toxic, but you have to be at least honest with yourself.
Well, plus, what do you have to gain by lying?
Yeah.
Like, really, what? We don't get points if we say, oh, this was great. No, it means nothing if you like it or don't like it.
I mean, there are YouTube channels that make money off of that.
Well, so that's different fucking story. Those are the people that are going to do anything they can to get a fucking dollar without working a real job. Yeah. Like, whatever. I wouldn't trust people like that anyway.
We are still trying to do that ourselves. So if you want to become members and buy merch.
Yeah. Oh, wait, I'm behind the screen. Whatever, it's there. Yeah, buy a fucking shirt.
We're trying. We're just too honest. That's our fault.
No, the thing is, it's like, sure, it'd be great if we made some money off this. With all the time and effort that you've put into it and me showing up and talking shit, sure, it'd be great to have something for it. Does it matter? No. Are we still going to do this? 100% unless they give us another fucking Rise of Skywalker type epic, like what the fuck, we're gonna keep doing this for the foreseeable future.
Yeah, and even that, it only took a couple months for me to come back.
Yeah, exactly. It was just a couple months of, wow, this was absolutely terrible.
I was wounded.
I don't know why I like this anymore.
But I had to come back for the old stuff because it's just too good.
Yeah.
So I mean, we had some moments which I didn't mind so much about, like the insects, and then connecting with the Force with the insects. Like, we've seen that in different forms throughout all of Star Wars IPs.
Yeah.
And we saw it in Rebels. We saw it in fucking everything.
Yeah, the idea of it made sense.
Yeah.
But just the entire execution of it was fucking stupid. Yeah. Like, don't touch anything. We're in a jungle where everything wants you dead. Okay. I'm going to touch this giant bug. Where'd it go? Oh, I guess I need to leave. And then the slowest fucking attack ever. Like, I'm scary. Flap, flap. And then fucking Soul, like, oh, I'm going to save everybody. Stand down. It
reminded me of...
what are you doing?
Old school Godzilla films.
Yes.
For real. Like,
yeah, Mothma.
or Mothra
Yep.
or whatever it is.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I could definitely see that because it was so fucking slow and there were no real stakes.
Yeah.
And then the biggest kicker is after all of that, I'm sad. The one thing I touched died because I made it attack us. Bitch, shut the fuck up. There is a living creature that is now dead because you're a dumb bitch that doesn't listen. Don't fucking cry about it. Fuck.
God damn, dude.
I was so pissed off at that
I
point.
think it's so funny the things that trigger each of us individually, they rarely line up. Like this one did not bother me at all.
Oh man. Well, I mean, fuck, you know me. I'm a sucker for animals. Like,
Yeah, that's true.
it's just a fucking bug that's chilling on a tree, enjoying its life, and then all of a sudden somebody fucks with
Living
it. It's
best
scared,
bug life.
so it does what a scared creature does, and it protects itself and its family just to get cut in half. Like, fuck her.
I saw it more like Star Wars Jedi Knight, the video game, where there's just bugs. You just have to kill the bugs.
Yeah,
So that's how I
that
saw
makes sense.
it.
Like, they are actively trying to kill you. That bug was doing nothing, just living its best life. And then it
hanging out
was
on a
right.
tree.
Yeah, man. I mean, fuck. That's all I want in life is just to be lost in the middle of the woods, living among nature. Like, that's fucking dope.
Yeah.
I'm
Thank
protected
you,
at all
Chris,
costs,
for helping our IRA.
Yeah.
That's what we're putting it in for. We're going to retire
Hell
someday
yeah.
off of just you.
Fuck yeah, we will.
We do really appreciate it, though.
Oh, yeah.
So the bug thing didn't really bother me as much as it bothered you, but I like the idea that she's opening up to the Force because she had closed herself down from it since she, presumably, we don't know for sure, since she left the Jedi Order, and so she became a mechanic or a mechanic and just sort of shut herself down. I don't mind that trope. It's a little lazy that modern day Star Wars is just doing that trope because that's what fucking Luke Skywalker did. All right, well, you're not Luke. One, and two, this is the only family you've ever known, so it's weird that you would leave them.
Right.
But okay, like if that's your journey, then do whatever, that's cool. But the fact that she's reconnecting with it, I actually like, because it's not something that I feel like in my view of the Force, you can train yourself to get more tuned into it. If you have that sort of innate ability, the capacity, and you can train yourself to be better at it. But once you sort of leave, it's like any skill, you just sort of like get worse at it if you don't practice. It's a muscle, you have to practice in order to get better at it. She is now actively involved in it. And so she's just working that muscle, maybe inadvertently, maybe unexpectedly. But I don't mind that because she's a trained fucking Jedi already. So that's cool.
That's the thing. She was there for years before she got kicked the fuck out. Yeah, so it makes sense.
So I didn't mind that at all. I was really interested in the way that the we're all calling it a Sith Lord, but the writer said that it's not a Sith Lord, like straight up. So the Acolyte must mean just a Darksider, not, because the Witch Coven straight up said they used Dark Side Force. So even though they didn't perceive it that way, so they're clearly not Sith. And if we're just going to divorce the concept of there being a Sith, because the writer of this episode straight up said there's no Sith, Ki-Adi-Mundi didn't know about Sith because there are no Sith, well then it's either her fucking mom, the Zabrak mom, and when you look at the helmet and the neck ratio, super thin female neck, super big, broad helmet to accommodate Zabrak horns, that's why I think it's a Zabrak. But it could also be the skinny Ezra Miller guy because he's a fucking crack hoe looking dude. Super skinny and gross. Like, maybe it's him too. In either case, not a Sith, just a Darksider.
And that's stupid.
And we have tons of dark. And I mean, you said it's stupid. I don't necessarily mind that.
Well, why the red lightsaber? Like, that is a specific.
That's the other side of it.
Thing.
Yeah.
That's my only issue with them not calling it a Sith.
Yeah.
Is Sith have red lightsabers for a fucking reason. If this guy, this guy's evil and he killed a bad guy. Okay, whatever. I guess I'll accept that he has a red lightsaber, but I feel like even that's fucking
But
lazy.
like, where to get the red lightsaber? Like,
Yeah.
modern canon is you have to steal a Jedi's and then bleed it, and that's a Sith technique.
Mhm.
So where do you get it? Like,
Well, that's what I'm saying. It's like, did he kill a Sith
like
to get it? That's the
fucking way.
only thing that would make sense
Yeah.
if it's not a Sith.
Yeah. Okay, so that's a really solid point. And the fact that the outfit is very Sith. Why would you then make that outfit with the red lightsaber and then say, but it's not a Sith? We're not ruining canon. No, that's fucking lazy. You're being
No,
fucking
watch. It's
dumb.
going to be fucking Knight of Ren.
Oh, man. And they didn't even have lightsabers. They just had like weapons, like like medieval weapons.
Yeah.
Like, is any of that like a vibroblade? Like they're just like medieval weapons in space? I don't get that. What the fuck? And then they didn't do shit. So yeah. They probably will, 100%. Yeah, I mean, who knows? 3-4 years from now, there'll be a comic series that's developed to explain it all. So we don't need explanations now.
Yeah, right.
We'll eventually get it when no one fucking cares anymore.
Exactly. That seems to be like their MO, is explaining shit that they should have explained in the fucking movie or the series.
Yeah.
In a goddamn like 6-part comic series that no one's going to read.
And that's literally the episode. Like he was hovering there like a horror film guy, and then he just like drops down to the ground, walks up to, I think that was May, right? Or was that Osha?
No, that was Osha. Because May was inside.
Walks up to her and just stares at her, and she's like, "Oh, dude, Clay, I got the vapors." And then he like force pushes everyone back, and the credits roll. And we're just like, wait, looking at our watches like, it's over? How the fuck is this over? You're just starting. Like we sat through 25 minutes of walking a jungle. It's not the Predator. That was at least entertaining. Like this sucks. It's so frustrating.
Yeah, this did not need to be a second. Like this didn't need to be a standalone episode. They could have very easily edited the last 2 episodes together, made one episode. Wouldn't have been good.
Yeah.
But it would have saved us a fucking week.
Or this episode with the next episode. Just combine the two. Because there's no world where we're all going to be satisfied in the next episode. Like that is not even a possibility. With the state of the fandom at this point, to do a divisive show like this, which is clearly knowingly divisive in the writing, intentionally so by the showrunners and actors with their commentary. Like this is meant to be disruptive. And then as soon as it is, they're just like, how do you not like everything we're doing, you racist bigots? No, you meant to fucking break the fandom. That you meant to do that.
Yeah, that's kind of the thing when you push buttons, it's going to upset some people.
It's just so ridiculous. Like it's like taking He-Man, which is clearly like a fucking 6 to 8 year old boy show, and just turning into an activist show, and then wondering why people complain about it. Well, it's because it's not the IP. Like that's not what the IP is. This is a show this is an IP built to target 12-year-old boys. That is what George Lucas that's his demo. He was trying to target. Now, because he wrote some very strong women, i.e. Princess fucking Leia and Mon Mothma, he got girls interested in it. And because, fucking Mark Hamill and Han Solo, what's his name?
Harrison Ford.
Harrison Ford, thank you. I don't really know what a Star Wars is. And Harrison Ford, like they're easy on the eyes, so you get girls involved too with that. So you clearly have more of an attention span, but that's not who the target audience is. When you then take it and put it in the target audience is a whole different group, and so the people who are expecting it to be their target audience because that's what the IP has been, and it's not for them, and they complain about it, and you act shocked, only shows your ignorance about the IP and your inability to cater to it. And that's not to say that you can't tell those stories, because like you mentioned early on, that's fucking Lando. Like this is like a queer show is perfect for Lando Calrissian. And I understand a female showrunner who wants to fucking burn down the patriarchy, doesn't want to have a guy in it. Okay, that's fine.
You leave my fucking horses alone, you fucking bitch.
I don't even know that reference. What
I know. It's because you haven't watched Barbie, and you need to watch
Oh,
Barbie.
okay.
It's so goddamn funny.
Like I get like not wanting to cater to the patriarchy and wanting to make a
Yeah.
statement about it.
Yeah, burn it down. Fuck, I'm all for it.
Like the Empire is the fucking de facto patriarchy. So yeah,
Literally.
let's burn it down. Like I'm here for it too. But you have to know how to do it. You can't just shit on people. Like, especially when the fucking showrunner writer is the fucking assistant of the fucking patriarchy. Like fucking Weinstein. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I'm sorry, but if you're if you knowingly stick around with that kind of people, you're just as bad.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
I would almost argue worse, but I mean, he did some fucked up shit.
Yeah.
But it's like, he's the devil, and we all know it.
Yeah.
You're just the person that helps him do what he does. Like, you're a piece of fucking shit.
Yeah. And she did, if my memory is right, and she did help produce or write Russian Dolls, then she did a great fucking job then. It's just, this is not the IP for you. Like, not everyone is suited for every IP.
Look at Kathleen Kennedy, one of the greatest producers.
Yeah. She did some
up until she took over Lucasfilms.
She did Raiders of the Lost Ark. She fucking produced Raiders of the fucking Lost Ark, the greatest action adventure ever made in history.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's like, just because they can do their job well doesn't mean they're going to do all jobs well, and nor should they.
Yeah. Yeah. Know what you're fucking good at and lean on people when you know you're not in that fucking zone. And it just drives me insane that fucking Dave Filoni approved this, because that tells me that he either doesn't know what the fuck he's doing as much as he's purported to say he has. I mean, we have Resistance to prove that. But then also, like, why the fuck did he get the job? Like, what's the criteria here? To be a yes man? Is that it?
That has to be, because this is just trash. Like, there's, again, I want to like this.
Yeah,
I don't want to really sit here and be pissed about something. That's not enjoyable. Like, if I want to watch something that's going to upset me to my core, I'll watch Red State.
I haven't seen that.
Dude, it is oh my God. Fuck. All right. I will not buy a bootleg copy and not force you to watch it. So
I don't want to watch it, actually.
Really?
There's enough stress in life. I don't need to add to it. Like, there's a reason why I like stay away from certain things.
Fair.
I know that I'll get angry, and I don't need that. And that's what frustrates me about this, is I come to Star Wars to escape, to just enjoy myself. And then when I see things that are just glaring on the screen, I'm just like, what? That makes no sense. Why are we... Like, it takes me out of the fantasy, which is the whole fucking point, is to be in the fantasy. All right, so that's enough beating that dead horse. Did you have a favorite moment of this?
Yes. So the scene where they, like, right before they get into the Force, the Jedi, like, I fucking hate the Jedi in this. I mean, I hate the show in general, but that scene of them all, like, getting to the edge of the cliff with their fucking robes flapping in the wind, like, that shit was cool as fuck. I just wish that the show was that.
I don't think I remember that scene.
That's fine. It really wasn't that important. It was just that it was equally as important as when they are walking towards the forest, May and what's his bucket.
Oh yeah.
And he goes, yes, there we are. Like, it led, or it added that much to the story. It was pointless, but it looked cool.
Yeah. I didn't have a favorite moment of this episode. It was just either meaningless to me or actually actively angered me. So I was just like, fuck this episode.
Yeah.
The thing is, like, you give me a bad guy in a red lightsaber, like, I'm there. Usually.
Yeah.
For some
Very
reason,
easy to please.
For some reason, it just didn't work for me. And it's frustrating, because that means that there's so many other glaring problems that I can't enjoy something that should be so simplistic. And just like, yeah, I should just enjoy this, but I just couldn't. And maybe it'll be redeemed next episode. I hope it will, because that's what Star Wars is about, and that's why we do this, because we want to like it. And so, fingers crossed, it makes perfect logical sense. But right now, I just like the costume design when I can see his skinny ass arms and skinny ass neck. I think I'd rather watch Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 3. And I've never seen it yet.
I mean, it's no secret of ooze, but they go back in fucking time, dude.
Yeah, I mean,
it's pretty goddamn dope.
That's what turtles do. They go into space and they go back in time, and I'm here for it.
Yeah, they do.
All right, least favorite. What was
so least favorite was hard because I keep going between the bug death. Why it's upsetting me so much, I don't know, but it is. And the fact that we didn't get a fucking Wookiee fight.
That
is so egregious to me. Like, how is this massive beast that's known for just being a brutal fucking thing, like
literally ripping arms off?
As a Jedi, it's still a brutal fucking creature. Just dies like a bitch. Like, no. Fuck you.
Yeah.
Like, that was them spitting in our face and telling us you wanted that.
Yeah. All you men wanted that? Tough.
Yeah. Yeah, you know what? I believe that's probably what that was. Like, oh, men only want to see fights. It's like, well, I mean, it's a Star Wars, so.
That's kind of par for the course.
And
but okay.
That's, I guess, how you disrupt the patriarchy.
This is what drives me crazy is that, like, I'm on the side of we're both on the side of, like, conceptually of women who want to empower themselves. Like,
Dude, I want a matriarchal society. Period.
I'm not sure I want that, but
I do. I don't want. I just want to be something that sits around, does nothing all day. Like, that'd be fantastic. I'll be the housefrau. Just give me that.
Like, I appreciate the fact that we should be if you're a human being, then you should have equality with other human beings. It's that black and white and simple to me.
Yeah.
Like, there's no other caveats. It doesn't matter your background, your ancestry, your ethnicity, your fucking gender, your identity. Like, that doesn't matter. If you're a human, as long as you're a productive human, you should have the same exact rights of every other productive human.
Right.
And that's it. So I understand, like, the struggle and the fight for people who feel like they're sort of on the lower end of the fucking echelon and stuff, because in a lot of cases they genuinely are. And there's reason for them to be in that struggle mentality. But this is a fucking escapist show. Let's not have that bullshit brought into it, because that's what we're escaping from.
Right.
For fuck's sake. Like, we can't escape if you're fucking putting it in everything. Like, God damn it. Is it going to be in fucking Twix cereal next? Is the fucking leprechaun going to be like taking fucking boy and girl symbols and like making fucking they them symbols? Like, I can't fucking handle it. Like, I escape that shit because it's annoying and stupid. Let's just have some fantasy and have some fun. Please, for fuck's sake. But we can't have that because it's just too fucking... I don't know why. No, I just ripped my fucking earbuds out. I'm angry. All right. Hopes for next episode. What do you got?
Anything other than what we've had so far. I don't fucking care. Just make it make sense. I don't understand why that is so complex of an idea.
Yeah.
Like, really?
I just want logic. That's all. Give us consequences and logic and Star Wars. It seems like an easy thing to do. It's been done brilliantly recently with fucking Andor. Just fuck. I don't know. Like, lean on their writers and say, hey, what do you think of this? And they'll have red notes and scratch marks and fucking notes in the margin. And they just take the fucking criticism and go. Like, I just don't understand why it's so hard. It should not be hard.
No.
But it clearly is. I need logic. All right. Well, that's it. Anything else you want to talk about this?
No. I'm so fucking sick of this show.
All right. Well, thank you all so much for tuning in, both live and chat or after the fact. We do appreciate your time and attention. We would like to invite you to subscribe to this YouTube channel, ring the bell to get notified about upcoming videos, and click the like button. We would also like you to support this channel because we would like to just be housefrows.
Fuck yeah, we would.
Talk about good Star Wars. For 99 cents a month, you can also be an Infernal Brotherhood. Wait, you can be a Scruffy Looking Nerf Herder in the Infernal Brotherhood.
That's right.
But you have to be Scruffy Looking first. Like, you don't have to, like, heard nerfs, but at least be a little scruffy around the edges.
Yeah, just go a couple days without shaving.
Doesn't legs, armpits, chin, whatever.
Yeah, anything.
We're inclusive over here, right? You can be a girl and be scruffy looking.
Absolutely.
I've known too many. I actively give razors. Please stop being so scruffy looking. We also have custom design T-shirts, which are being modeled by our beautiful model
Somewhere.
here.
You can kind of
Look
see
at those titties. That's great. And so until the Infernal Brotherhood convenes again, my fellow scruffy looking nerfers, may the force be with you.
I swear, we need a tracker just to track our tracker. Harumph.
Worst line ever.
Like, I don't understand when this humor started with Star Wars and why it's still going.
Oh,
Good.
that's why.
General Hugs? Fuck you. It wasn't funny then.